All right, you guys asked for it, and it's here by popular demand. The Crystal Beast God. Austin Long Slong. Let's get it in.
I got 2-1. So start out, you have the Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, and then you have the 2 good Rainbow Dragons. You have to play this card because of this card, and you'll see why. Like that facilitates that. And then you have, of course, the 3 Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, best card in the deck.
So hard.
It is. Yeah, you know how it is. You got to normal summon this. I think you summon it 3 times in the combo. So it's the heart and soul of the deck. And then for the one-offs, you have Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle, Emerald Tortoise, Amethyst Cat, Arnold Mammoth, Eagle, and then the worst card on the deck,
Mr. Topaz.
Yeah, Topaz Tiger.
So I got a question. It was feedback off your game, and people was wondering, how did this rarity feel? Did it stand out than all the other rarities?
No. It feels very much the same. This one's not a super thick hobby league like a lot of people think it is. So like it doesn't really conflict. I would definitely, if you're gonna play it like at a big event though, you should definitely ask a judge, like ask the head judge. But no, it didn't feel different.
And then another one, it was asking, did a second one ever come up?
No. You'll just loop this guy. You special him from the graveyard once in the combo, and then he's like super accessible all the time. To be fair though, if you did play a second one of any of the other Crystal Beasts, it would be this, but the deck space is a little tight, so you don't need it.
Absolutely. Okay.
And then the last 3 monsters is just 3 Ash Blossoms. I think it's still the best hand trap. It's not high impact, but like paired with everything else, it does enough.
Yeah, well-timed Ash does put in work.
And then for the new cards, you have 3 of the Rainbow Bridge of Heart. This card is the facilitator for your deck. It gives you an extra normal summon. It pops your Pegasus, puts it in the spell and trap zone, allows you to resummon it, and it searches any crystal card, any like crystal spell or trap, which is like, if you already drew enough of the combo, like you can add an Omni Negate, so you can't get Dark Rulered, which is insane. This card also acts as a mini interrupt because it can bounce cards on both players' turns. This card's crazy. Yeah, this was the best card they got. And then 3 Crystal Bond. So this is the 2-card combo that gets you full board.
And yes, we'll be shortcutting at the end of all this too.
Yeah. So this card is just like your Rhoda that gives you an additional thing. But yeah, and then you have 3 Rainbow Bridge, which all they do is just search any crystal card. The only card that this card cannot search is this card directly.
Which kinda sucks,
yeah, but it does search it indirectly because there's another crystal card that does search it. So, which is this card, Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. Normally you're using it for the effect of special from the deck, but if you don't have this and you have this, you can still use it to search any bridge card. And then the last one is Crystal Beacon. These are all essentially the same card. They say special summon Ruby Carbuncle from your deck, and that's all you needed to do.
And it's full combo.
And then for the non-crystal spells, you have 3 Droplet to break a board. This one can technically be considered a crystal spell, Fool's Burial Goods. It sends the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. That's why I play 2 of it, not 3, because you don't really. It's not.
Need to add
it's not that good after the first turn, but it is essentially 4 and 5 of this card, Crystal Bond, because it gets you a Sapphire Pegasus and a field spell, which against decks like Tyr. You grab Necro Valley, which is what we're playing, the Necro Valley, and then mine. And then it also works as a going second card because you play this card. And then the last spell is Called by the Grave, because it is a combo deck, so you still want your combo to go up.
Yeah. Opening the 1-up every game.
All the time. And then for spells and traps, you have the Rainbow Bridge, which is, it's good. Crystal Miracle, this is the Omni Negate. It's a counter trap that says when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect, you destroy a Crystal Beast card you control, and then it negates it. So this protects you from Dark Roller, protects you from mine's not really that big of a problem because you can out it, but this does do a lot of it. So
puts in work.
Yep. And then the last 3 are just 3 imperms. So that's it for the main deck.
What's the deck at, 40?
41 right now. Yep. And then we'll start with the extra deck next. You have, of course, the tokens. You get in the structure deck, it's fine.
Still beautiful.
Yeah,
though.
should have been secret.
Yeah.
Now
Bro,
for-
we should have got so many good hollow tokens with all these structure decks.
So you have Cherubini, Cross Sheep, IP, Farragut, and then Phoenix. So the cards that are pivotal to the combo are these two. Cherubini literally just says send a vanilla monster. The best use of Cherubini I've ever had. Cross Sheep, that allows you to summon Ruby Carbuncle back for a second time. And then IP is usually, you can end your board on one of these two under Appaloosa. This protects the Appaloosa by battle if you do it, because it's co-linked. And then this is if like you think you'll need like another extension, because there are things we play in the extra deck that like make IP an out. And then this card is the only flex spot. There's some weird hands though, where if you can't like do the combo and you need to get like, you draw one of the crystal beasts and you need to get it out of your hand, she is like an extension of that. And then normally all the monsters you're making is like, you're just gonna make her before Cross Sheep, and Cross Sheep's a beast anyway, so she doesn't lock you out from making Appaloosa at that point. So that's why you play her. She is the one cuttable card. You will rarely make her, but sometimes it works. Sometimes it comes up. And then of course you make Appo, which is the monster you're normally making, and then Underworld Goddess is the card that I chose to play with IP, just because this deck can have a problem with some towers, and a lot of the time, if your hand is good enough, like you'll draw extenders and stuff, you might not always end with a card in hand, because you summon the Rainbow Dragon, whereas in the Crystal Conclave version you don't. You keep the Rainbow Dragon. So there's a lot of the times where like the discard's not as easy for this, or you do Droplet and you wouldn't rather, so you'd rather play that. So that's it for the links. And then for the XEs you have Dugaris, you have Dweller, Babushka, the slowest Zeus in the West, and then Zeus himself. Yeah, this is just like, this is the oh shit button. You just make mine, you mine them, you normal, because Pegasus by itself is a 1-card rank 4, so you just slam, make Zeus, out your own mine, and then hope they can't play through it. Baguska is like, a lot of the time the fallback plan, if you get super hand trapped, you'll just like make a Baguska pass. A lot of decks struggle. This card is very good against Tyr, that's why you play it, and then this card is pivotal in the combo. Card says Monster Reborn.
It does.
And then the last two are fusions, so you play Rainbow Overdragon, and then the Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. This card is insane. This is the reason you play the combo version, because you want to summon this card. It's 11,000 attack points, and it is a quick effect. Tribute itself to shuffle all cards in the field back into the deck, so like it plays around like the Tyr stuff, and then you summon 5 banished Crystal Beast monsters. And
It's more of an 8K.
Yeah, it's more an 8K because you can summon this guy back. Yeah, he is also how you out other towers monsters. If you like going second, you just make this guy and he beats over him because he's 11. But yeah,
Bro, 11K.
11K is insane. They had me at 11. And then for the side deck, you have 3 people's elbows.
Yeah.
Hit him with the rock. The rock bottom. And then you have this is to make sure the rock bottom goes off. Gamma's also just like the best supportive hand trap. And then you have 3 Cosmic Cyclone.
The Bandit of Red Reboot.
Yeah, 3 evenly matched because, you know, now that Red Reboot's gone, we have to be able to get rid of everything. This also plays really well into the tiers. And then the
Banish them and forget them.
the last 2 are pretty weird. So we play 1 Secret Village of Spellcasters, and then we side 1 Win. So against Runic, Appaloosa does literally nothing. So instead of making Appaloosa and going for the full combo turn 1, if you're into a Runic player and you open Foolish Burial, what you'll do is you'll just summon Crystal Beast Sapphire Pegasus, make her, and then you'll search Secret Village. And as far as, like, unless the list has changed anything, I don't think they play any spellcasters. Like, at least the list that I've been seeing haven't played spellcasters.
I've seen not a single
so
one.
like, usually you'll have some like, granted you can't just end on this, but if you can end on some version of an interruption plus this, like Baguska in this, then they can't out it and they can never play their spells.
That's hard. Pedro, you got some mindset with that theory crafting there.
Yeah. All right, yeah.
This a lot.
And then, so for the combo, the combo that ends on IP, or it ends on at least Apo, IP or Phoenix, whichever one you want to make, plus the Rainbow Dragon. You just need these 2 cards. So you'll start by playing Bond, and it searches out Sapphire Pegasus, and then in the spell and trap zone, you'll put Amber Mammoth. It doesn't really matter if it's Amber Mammoth specifically, as long as it's one of the level 4s that's not Sapphire Pegasus. So you'll activate Rainbow Bridge. You will normal Sapphire Pegasus, activating its effect. This time, you will put another Sapphire Pegasus in the spell and trap zone. And then you will go Rainbow Bridge effect to pop a Crystal Beast you control, so you destroy the Sapphire Pegasus. And then you get to add a Crystal Spell or Trap, so that you add Beacon. You'll then play Beacon, which allows you to special summon from the extra deck, or from the deck, Carbuncle. And then Carbuncle will trigger, pulling up all 3 of your Crystal Beasts. And then you'll trigger Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, because these cards were made before once per turn was supposed to be there.
True.
So you'll put 1 Rainbow Dragon down, and then you will put, normally, I just put like the most useless one, which is Cat, most of the time. The only other, or no, it cannot be Cat. That's right. It has to be the one of the level 4s again, and I'll explain why. You'll go Rainbow Dragon effect then. So what he does is he banishes himself. He adds the big Rainbow Dragon to your hand, and then you special summon a level 4 or lower Crystal Beast from your deck. Its effect is negated. So you have to bring out a level 3 here. So you bring out Cat. You will then link these 2 off to make the best Crystal Beast monster, Cherubini. You will use Cherubini's effect to send a vanilla monster. So Emerald Tortoise. Yeah. You will then overlay these 2 into a Dugaris. You'll activate the effect, detach both to special from the graveyard. You'll special summon back a Sapphire Pegasus. Pegasus will then trigger, putting the last Crystal Beast name in that you need, so the Scaled Tiger. Then you go these 2 to make Cross Sheep. You can then, in this situation, use these 2 to make Dweller. And it has to be Dweller, specifically because you can detach on your turn. So you detach Amber Mammoth. So now you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can legally special summon Rainbow Dragon.
It's been a long time since that card has been hit.
You will then tribute Rainbow Dragon to make this guy. And you always have to put it right here, underneath the Cross Sheep, because now Cross Sheep triggers and Monster Reborns again. And this time, you bring out Ruby Carbuncle, which then reborns both of these.
Is there not once per turn?
Nope, none of these Crystal Beast cards are once per turn, except for Bond.
Bond is the only once per turn card, I think, in the deck.
Yeah. So then you'll go, normally, you go these to make a 3 material Appaloosa. And then you go these 2. Like I said, you can either make IP here, or you can make Phoenix if you want to protect Appaloosa by battle. But I usually always go for, like, if you're just opening the 2-card combo, obviously you probably just make Phoenix. But like I said, you should have 3 other cards in your hand as well. So depending on what they are, I usually keep the IP. And then now, because this card's ability, or you just special this guy by banishing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it doesn't really matter, but you always want to get the most attack in. So 7. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, you just usually banish any combination. Summon him. He's at 11,000. And then, yeah, that's the combo. Like I said, if you didn't, like if you opened Crystal Beacon, or if you opened this card, and as well as the other 2, you get to search the Omni Negate, Crystal Mirage, or if you open this card with those, you get to search the Omni Negate off of this card. But if you only opened this card, you do have to do the playline a little bit different. Instead of scaling the Amber Mammoth first, you have to you have to Rainbow Dragon first. Because this card says you have to have a ultimate crystal monster in your hand or on the field in order to activate. So if you open this, you have to do instead of placing Mammoth in scale first, you have to do this. Which the only thing that changes is you don't get Dweller on the end board. You end with this, and then like I said, you get to search and omni-negate, but you don't get Dweller. I prefer the Dweller play right now. But yeah, yep, that's the standard.
Austin with the profile.
2-card combo.
Let's Pedro on the sideboard. We got Pedro on the sideboard.
Yeah, we've been cooking a little bit. The deck's pretty fun. I thought we tried Crystal Conclave version, like the control variant. It didn't work as well. You don't really play through hand traps well with that. Whereas this one, like I said, you can just play through like Ash. You play through it and then you just go, cool, I'll make a Baguska and pass and then try and kill you on the crackback, because there's a lot of the times where you'll actually just summon, like going second, you can just summon Rainbow Dragon and people forget that this is just 4,000. Yeah. Like, it's just a free body that does damage. And like this card into a board is just nuts. Like if you can establish this card, it's a quick effect during both players' turns as long as it hasn't battled. So like I can just make this guy, if I ever get to this point, I can just tribute it off and then didn't kill you, because like you said, it's if you go through the full combo, like all the crystal beasts that you summon off of this card are more than 8k. So
death.
Yeah, super death.
All right, thank you for the profile and the combo.
Oh, no problem.